Hello, good morning. In the previous class, we have completed the quantum theory of paramagnetism, and in this class, we are starting the new topic, that is the hysteresis loop. So, this is also known as the BH curve. So, when a specimen of iron can be magnetized by placing it in a solenoid and passing a current through it, we know that the iron can be magnetized because it is the paramagnetic substances. So, that's why when a specimen of iron can be magnetized by placing it in a solenoid and passing a current through it, so if the value of current is gradually increased, the magnitude of the magnetizing field H increases and the magnitude of the intensity of magnetization Pm, that is denoted by the magnetizing field that is H, and intensity of magnetization that is Pm, denoted by the letter Pm. Okay, so if the value of current is gradually increases, the magnitude of magnetizing field H increases, and that's why the magnitude of intensity of magnetization Pm develops in the specimen also increases, and the graph between the Pm and H, that is the graph between this Pm and H, is known as the BH curve. Okay, so this graph is shown in figure. This is the on the vertical axis, y-axis, it's the Pm. Okay, and increases, and here horizontal axis, that is x-axis, the H. So this is the graph between Pm and H. So this is known as the BH curve. Okay, so see the working of this construction and working of this BH curve, how it is it can be explained. What is the functioning of this curve? So firstly, at point O, okay, at point O, when H is 0, here H is 0 and Pm also 0. So when H is 0, Pm also 0. And when H increases, when the H increases, Pm also increases, but not very uniformly. This increases, but not very uniformly, straight line, not a straight line. It is not uniform. That is curve-like structure. Okay, but not very uniformly till we reach. This is up to A point. Means the Pm increases up to A point. So beyond A, if H is further increases. If H is further increases, the Pm remains constant, means up to that value this must be constant value. Okay, the Pm must be, so Pm remains constant. So the substance in this condition is known as the saturated, means in this condition the substance is known as the saturated. Okay, then again second point, if H is now decreased, so if H is decreases, okay, what happened? When H is decreases, the value of Pm decreases, but at a much lower rate. At point A, when the value of H is decreases, so the A decrease, but at much lower rate, means suddenly the value of Pm is decreases at a very much lower rate, and when H becomes 0, means it decreasing, there is a decrease in the Pm also, and when H becomes 0. Okay, so when H becomes 0, the value of Pm is not 0. It is a some value, that is this is some value at point 0. So Pm is not 0 but has a finite value. So this is represented by the curve O and B. Okay, so this is the value of Pm at H is equals to 0. So this is represented by the curve OB. Okay, then third point. If the value of H is now increased, if value of H increases, so what happened? The Pm value is decreases. If the value of H is increased in the opposite direction, here the positive direction, here the negative direction. So here up to that point OB, there is a value 0, and above the point O, that means H is increased in the negative direction. Here also H is increase, means when the value of H is increased in the opposite direction, the value of Pm, this value of Pm is further decreased. Okay, and this is represented by the curve OC. Okay, so when the value of magnetizing H is equal to, here the magnetizing field Pm has the value OC. Okay. Then again next point, if the value of H is further increased, here from OC, if the value of his H is increased again in the negative direction, so what happened? The saturation state is reached. That means the saturation stage is reached in the opposite directions, and this is represented by the curve CD. This is the saturation stage, and this is also the saturation stage represented by the curve CD. Okay. So next point, on decreasing the value of H, then decreasing the value of H 0, means here we are going up to C point, and then again value of H is decreases. So when on decreasing the value of H to 0, okay, we get the portion DE, that is this DE. At 0, we get a portion DE of the curve. It is clear from the curve that PM has the value given by the curve OE. At point 0, this is the value OE denoted by the PM, even when H becomes 0. Where H becomes 0, this value becomes OE. Okay. So next point, on increasing the value of H, then again if the value of H is increases, the value of PM again increases. Okay. So in the positive direction, the part EFA, that means the part EFA. So this part is of the cycle is repeated till we reach the saturation state at A. So in this type the cycle completed means we are starting point O to A, again A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to E. When the value of H is again increases, so it is represented by the curve OF. That means PM increases, it is represented by OF. Then again F to A. If the value of F is again increases, then we get a saturation state again at point A. So means this complete the cycle of magnetizations. So in this experiment, it is seen that the intensity of magnetization or the magnetic induction does not become 0. In this total diagram, it is observed that the intensity of magnetization or the magnetic induction does not become 0, although the magnetizing field H is brought down to 0. Means whenever we are putting H is equals to 0, there is a value of PM, means finite value of PM which we have, that is there OC, here OB, here OF, and here OE. When H becomes 0, PM has the finite value, means the PM has does not 0 value. Okay, that is the value of PM or B always lags behind H, means we can say that when H becomes 0, the PM has the value finite value. That means PM or B always lags behind H. So this shows that the magnetic condition of ion tends to the persist or oppose any change. That means we can say that the ion can oppose or persist any change. So the graph showing how PM or B increases with H from 0 and to a maximum in one direction, and then again taken to 0 and then again increases to opposite direction, maximum in the opposite directions, and finally back to the initial position, back to 0 to the first maximum is called the hysteresis loop. Means firstly it is the saturation stage, then again decreases, then again increases, then again at the initial position back again to the 0 to the first maximum, that is point A. So this is called the hysteresis loop, or it is known as the BH curve. So in this way our hysteresis loop is completed. Then in the next class we will see the energy losses, or it is known as the hysteresis losses or the energy losses. So which we will see in the next class. Thank you.